I almost died during the prostate exam and my life flashed before my ass. How am I still constipated after eating fiberboards and fiberglass? Your man orders well done, while I prefer my steaks mooing. I forced open my fisher to extract the gas cause I'm pro-fracking. They've been calling me a predator, but what have I predated? My body's a temple and it's going to be desecrated. Call my body a temple because it's open to everyone. If I were an only child, I still wouldn't be the favorite son. I went to the local Walgreens and sampled 30 pints of Bluebell ice cream. With lot lizards of Waverly Place, everything is not what it seems. If Salma Hayek is 57, then I'm 57. If I see featuring Cardi B, then I'm not going to listen. I shit my pants in line at the Chinese buffet, call it a dumpling. When I turned 20, I attend baby bottles, but I was not popping.
If you're a pregnant woman, you better give up your seat to me.
Forget the 500k, I'm getting dinner with Jay-Z. He has nice veins on his forearms and foreskin. I'm jealous of his John Wick Fortnite skin. He got cut off from his forest kin. Did Buffalo Bill wear foreskin on his bullet bill? I'm not a bill, but I just stormed Capitol Hill. I'll trade you 4 skins for 2 gold. Please stop talking about foreskin, it's getting old. If she's a cougar, then I'll be the one pouncing. Call me Betty the way I be bouncing. Call me Susan the way I have 2 lazy eyes. Does the large foreskin also come with a large fries? I'm not into Pookie Bears, but I'm scouting for muscle mothers. The Deep South Romeo and Juliet were star-crossed brothers. I got hit by a car at the circumcision because I thought that I had rite of passage. My bullies shoved me into a mailbox because I'm a good thing that comes with a small package. Call me Chip Skylark with how I talk about my tiny meat and meat. I eat famous anus cookies because my behind is a bakery. Mother Nature controls the weather, but I can scratch my scalp to make it snow. Taiwan is not a country, according to the recent Mr. Beast video. I went to watch Puss in Boots, and then I had a panic attack. My time on this earth is coming to an end. Call me a spice rack. I fold quickly like origami, and I don't make any paper. I went looking for love at the dollhouse, and that's how I met your mother. How come mustard gas doesn't taste as good as it sounds? How'd I go from failing kindergarten to not being allowed near playgrounds? Our toxic relationship isn't Jover, it's for Joe Ever. I still have Scopatumana muted on Twitter.
I was born from a C-section, so I've never been pussy.
I'm terrified of cock. Can you treat me with exposure therapy?
I need social lubricant and hold the social.
I may not be spiritual, but I opened my third eye in Chernobyl.
Let me take your boxers off. I'll keep it brief.
His gel bleached me like a coral. Great Barrier Reef.
I never took a booster shot, but I use a booster seat.
Call me Mrs. Doubtfire the way my children are held in custody. Call me Mrs. Doubtpfizer the way I rejected the vaccine. I escaped the nursing home on my first attempt, but I used all of my plan B. I got vaccinated in the Bronx, but it left me Harlem shaking. Life imitates art. I transitioned from Pokemon to dog fighting. My sphincter is like the universe the way it's continually expanding. I cheated on my spouse with a speech impediment. It was a widowy wife changing.
I'm about to buzz.
The stop sign was just a recommendation.
I'm not beating the allegations.
I have good PR, pubic relations.
My partner and I have phylogenetic relations.
My Discord kitten and I have familial relations.
You've been going crazy.
Having sex on a boat is easier because of the implications. Having more chromosomes just means that I have more adaptations. I'm that guy on Twitter defending the multi-billion-dollar corporations. He tried to speak while on amino acid, so like a ribosome, I got to translating. I saw that he was hung like a racehorse, so I got to sedating.
I wouldn't be able to get it up even with Katara's blood bending. I'm an empath. I missed my hearing because I didn't want to bother the judge. Would you believe me if I said that it was fudge? Jeffrey Epstein walked so that I could run.
I was good in science and I knew my numbers. Call me a mathematician. I handle a lot of sacks, and I'm not talking about Goldman. Have you seen the bowling gifs on Twitter? That's right, I played the pin.
The whale couldn't tell if I was in yet, so she used echolocation.
me a Boeing 737 the way I have a few screws loose. I drank the fancy Myrtle Beach tap water. It left my piss looking chartreuse. She's not a diamond in the rough, but I still prefer the jewel. I have a bray like a donkey and the head of a horse, but the fertility of a mule. I can't cast any spells, so why are they calling me the Grand Wizard? When she ran her fingers through my hair, it reenacted the Great Blizzard. The lot lizards just inducted me into the Illuminati. Why did they call it a drive-thru when the driver ran through me? Why did they call it a drive-thru when the cars drove over me? I typed these lyrics with Cheetos dust on my hands. It's not easy being cheesy. Call me Kesha, the way I woke up feeling like P. Diddy. My mass accelerated through his fluid and attained terminal velocity. Call him Danny Phantom, the way he keeps ghosting me. Call me the Australian Ken, the way I want to lay my shrimp on Barbie.
She wanted to take my breath away, but the emphysema had already done it.
The city councilman made me pitch a tent before he gave me my building permit.
We're not at each other's throats. We're in each other's throats.
I'll never earn forgiveness from the daycare nor for my student loans.
If there's a hole, then there's a goal.
To quote Ephesians 3:20, to God belongs the glory whole.
I don't hate crime, I just commit hate crimes.
His man milk ran straight through me like I hadn't taken lactase enzymes. She isn't old enough to have earned a stole, but she still stole my heart. I didn't call my optometrist a slur, I was just reading from the eye chart. Call me Essex, the way that I'm shooting ropes on whales. I just failed at a dick-up line and ended up on livestream fails. I don't have the strap on me, I have the strap on in me. My head is so big that my birth took an Amazon 2-day delivery. My head is so small that he asked, is it already in me? My head is so fire that his perineum started smoking. My skull is so fire that I sucked out his soul and spawned the wither. Your man is straighter than an arrow, but he knows how to make me quiver. Where's the harm in smoking just a few packs a day? I just blasted on her dog's red rocket, Jesse and James. I'm not unemployed, I'm financially freed. During summer camp, I reproduced with my youth pastor, call that a crossbreed. I'm fruitier than a produce section, and I can't reproduce. My youth pastor taught me how to play poker and dick goose. I wasn't born 10 weeks premature, I was just born early access. I asked him to crush me with a cylinder with the force of a hydraulic press. Call me a planetarium, the way I'm nocturnal and always projecting. I gave the widow a blowjob at the funeral, call that top of the morning. I took the diphtheria vaccine, but I still dip. After a few wardrobe malfunctions in the workplace, I was given the pink slip. I have an adult man and adult woman fetish. Something's wrong with my phone, it doesn't have your number in it. You know my ass is brown, it's cleaner than the diaper. I just saw that Drake video on my timeline and licked my screen protector. You call it my bedroom, I call it an escape room. I asked her to tie the knot, so she tied the noose. I'm an online adult male entertainer. Can you teach me how to change my diaper? I'm a kinesthetic learner. I'm not a fan of Dakota Johnson, but I want to suck on Dakota's Johnson. Back in middle school, they called me an easy rider, Action Bronson. My Uber driver just gave me a ride and then gave me a ride. I tried to pole dance at the dollhouse, but they said I was overqualified. My forehead is so big that they thought I was from Make-A-Wish. I hope that you enjoyed my lustrous oral performance.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show mothers.
I won't bother wishing you farewell. You already have welfare. I'm gonna make you look at the rope differently. I'm gonna make you wish you had Alzheimer's. I'm gonna make you wish you had Alzheimer's. Kimommy, you have 5 hours to respond. Snap your fingers and make a wish. You're in need of assistance. Subtract your funds from mine and it won't make a difference. Kimommy being number 2 isn't an odd occurrence. I just took a number 2 and it shot up my back like an infant. Your kid spawned in with a -50 heroin resistance. You'll go from sleeping with clients to sleeping with the fishes. This isn't the first time I've fucked a mom. Word is that you were conceived at a middle school prom. Word is all you'll have after I deliver this psalm. This baby oil shortage has me anything but calm. I'm at the top level of this domain like a .com. You grew a Bulbasaur after your man planted a seed bomb. I walked into my local Target and shouted, I have a bomb. You're zucked. This is my space and I'm Tom. I'm about to blow up like a bomb. I'm about to make your Cartana fold like a Samsung Flip. You're like a Phillips screw. You were designed to strip. You're a lot lizard like Salazzle. You were designed to strip.
Don't start with me if you can't stop me.
You should have used birth control.
You can't even afford to feed your kids ass browns and Dookie crisps. You're from Massachusetts. I have massive, huge tits. You're from Louisiana. My Serena will give you the boot. You'll never be on Pokemon radio. You only play the skin flute. Your man was talking sweet, so I went for his low-hanging fruit. Your spawn makes me glad that I'm not able to reproduce. I caught you saying mother with a hard R. You have an offspring, but your kid isn't gonna go far. You're not the heroine, your lungs are busy drowning in black tar. He'll find you in the ocean like in episode 1 of Avatar. You can't wear the Medal of Honor, nobody thanked you for your cervix. You fold your pizza and you'll fold on your mortgage. I'm gonna rearrange your chest like it's Minecraft storage. Logan Paul's about to find you in a forest. Fuck him, mommy.
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 Fuck him, mommy. Pencil shaving mommy. Eraser head mommy. Arse over tit mommy. Bagsy mommy. Bloke mommy. Bog roll mommy. Botched mommy. Chock-a-block mommy. Chuffed mommy. Cod swallop mommy. Daft mommy. Dodgy mommy. Dog's bollocks mommy. Flog mommy. Gobsmacked mommy. Miffed mommy. Fuck him, mommy.
Fuck him, mommy.
I knew you were a villain because you're on bad terms with the heroine. How do you play Pokemon Go and deny evolution? I'd rather be stuck in the forest with a bear than with this woman. I'm going to put your child on the back of a milk carton. I'm a hidden talent and I'm keeping it hidden. I just cooked and the cow's still mooing. Even when I'm offline, my avatar stays mewing. I know that a toilet hates to see you coming. You switched up and went from crib walking to crib walking. I must let you know, you can't sue me for libel. I must let you know, you're an Epstein disciple. This Kimommy pack got me stuck in my chair like Stephen Hawking. Your kid's gonna go hungry, I'm the one scalping the Enfamil. I just made myself a mill while you still don't have Enfamil. I just rhymed Enfamil with Enfamil. You have to understand I was dropped as a baby. I'm about to shit on you till you're coated like the peanut butter baby. I thrusted deeply into a pregnant woman and touched the baby. You're no James Bond, you should have went with plan B. Just call me the Kim Reaper, Billy and Mandy.
When I'm at the airport, call me Jimmy Neutron because I got a blast.
I took more than my share of coffee beans because I couldn't go half and half.
Childbirth isn't the most pain, dying in hardcore Minecraft is.
Please tell me why orangutans taste nothing like oranges.
If young Metro don't trust you, then I will.
I don't care that you have gangrene, you're coming with me to Brazil. I keep a deadly hollow tip in the chamber, but it isn't a secret. I call it my swimsuit figurine, you call it a bully magnet. I have to look cute for my court appearance, call me Kawaii Leonard. If I know she's a cougar, then I'll pounce like a leopard. If she's a muscle mom, then I'll make her my waifu. I'm always gonna give you up, let you down, and desert you. I look good from the back, but like Phineas and Ferb from the front. I throw litter from the front of my Tonka, but I'm still a runt. I'm filled with berries, nut, and too much sugar because I'm a special K. I get protection from the devil and little devils because I pull and pray. I went to get CPR certified and I gave the mannequin an STD. If you want to get into my diaper, then you must solve my riddles 3. Have fun in the Dominican Republic, I'll be in the Banana Republic. I have an affinity for the ice, you can call me hydrophilic. I fish for compliments like gold because I'm a snack that smiles back. I developed rolling kidney stones because of how hard I rock the crack. Staring at the sun fucked my eyes, but his son just gave me fuck me eyes. I just got catcalled by a lot lizard because real eyes realize thunder thighs. I have Crohn's disease, I'm just like Mr. Beast. He went viral like an infection, call him Mr. Yeast. I ate too many Feastables, call me Mr. Obese. He threw Feastables into the deep fryer, call him Mr. Priest. I'm the guy, Spy Kids 3. I wish I were a pacifier so I could have your baby sucking on me. He's sucking off that horse, call him Mr. Bestiality. I slay in a front crop tank top, call me Mr. Breast. I would visit Neptune because I've already been to Uranus. I failed the one-chip challenge and then the crowd went mild. I've had an oral fixation since I was a child. I can't do the digital dash, but I do dine and dash. I cosplayed as the peanut butter baby and then I got a rash. Please hear me out, I only cheated on you, don't be rash. My EBT ran out, so I'm going to sell my Enfamil for some cash. I go out back to design my drugs, call me Crocodile Dundee. C's earn degrees, but I have double D's, Ed and Eddie.
Beware. This song will possess your soul. The shadow people are in your walls. Don't look the shadow people directly in the eyes.
Are you a urologist? Because you're taking a piss. Put a lithium battery in my TI-84. That's a calculated risk. I'm banned from airports, playgrounds, and Planet Fitness. You believe that Gunna's legal name is Sergio Kitchens?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Keep my coins close to the chest like I got magnetic boobs. I was the pick-me girl who never got picked during Duck Duck Goose. I paid for the whole speedometer, I'm gonna use the whole speedometer. Ate at Golden Corral on a Saturday and then I filled my diaper. Scheduled another prostate exam because I needed a fourth opinion. I flattened your infant in the ring like a ringed onion. Tried to give me a prostate exam with two hands on my shoulders. You could wear two glass eyes and still have the wool pulled over.
Oh my god, he's fucking puking.
Underrated like Joshua Ledet on American Idol Season 11. How many Bavarian cream donuts did I eat last week? 11. I buy one pair of sneakers biannually in size 11. My favorite Stranger Things character has to be Robin Buckley. My nickname back in middle school were Fuzzball and Suck Freak. I prefer my bin nuggets with human growth hormone and chicken beak. I have low fasting blood glucose levels, we are not built the same. Find me at the dollhouse smacking on their $5 steak and eggs. Your man runs like he has an iron lung and a hamster heart. You would drop a Dukas in the gymnasium for a frosted Pop-Tart. Not a single thought behind those beady eyes like a hamster. Caught you posted with 18 naked hamsters like a Ram Rancher. All liberals do is charge their phone, eat hot chip, and lie. I fill my diaper fast and casual like dining out of Five Guys. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. kisses his son on the lips. 2023, why are you still listening to Death Grips? Ate at Chili's on a Wednesday and the waitress smelled putrid. You're thirsting over your sister like a deep south Cupid. Ate on Chili's on a Thursday and ordered the ultimate Cajun pasta. You try to pair up and you get curved like a Costa. Ate at Chili's on a Friday and I was fighting for my life. If you keep the black olives on your pizza, you're a troglodyte. If you buy groceries according to total price, you should be lobotomized. If you try to burn my Minecraft house, then the threat will be neutralized. Don't look too closely, I swear that it's just protein powder. I get social anxiety and speak too quietly in her ear, she's telling me louder. My jejunum imploded like a Titanic submarine. I have a Netflix subscription, but I still use 123 movies. 24 months old, ma'am, just say that he's 2. If you have 198 problems, then bitches ain't 2. I sunk into your grandmother's fruit casserole and I think a tooth came loose. I'll back this dumpy up for a glucose guardian like a caboose.
The hoes gon' love this.
Iridocyclitis.
After the first filling, they said I had spirit, but I'm still a flight risk. I stacked the diaper to the brim, and here's my chance to overfill it.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Ate so many Aldi steaks that I had to go green. Mark Ruffalo. PETA asked, where do you draw the line? Right after the buffalo. Why are you wearing New Balance when you have healthy eustachian tubes? You're a white woman, so I know that you got that dog in you. This plastic straw is my spear, and it's going up a sea turtle's nostril. Cricket Wireless if you want to call me or beat me. Kim Possible. When you try to muscle up, you just get boned myositis ossificans. Don't call me a freak because I've had a crush on the green M&M. You use 5-in-1 body wash, but you still smell like a ferret. They delivered my Bagel Factory order wrong and I had my Joker moment. I can never use a shock collar on my dog because I leave it smoking. I tried making cheeseburgers last summer and left the kitchen smoking. I'm seated with In and Out while you're in and you're out. Katy Perry. My diaper's stronger than a pinky promise if someone was polydactyly. My Twitter fingers will leave you black and blue. RZA white and gold. You went mining in your nose for booger sugar but just got fool's gold. She said she messes with nerds. I said I'm ready to link. I did a full 182, walked out and back in, didn't even blink. I saw a lot lizard at Target walking your child around with a leash. I can't pick you up at the airport unless I keep a distance of 500 feet. You sleep on micromodal fabric, but I have to live with a micro. I learned to never trust anyone who licks the cream from inside an Oreo. I spent 90 minutes at the DMV and they told me to unalive myself. Your inbred parents gave you nice recessive traits, generational wealth. I'm not running away from the problem, I'm retreating into my mind palace. How do you drink your poop smoothies when you haven't molded a poop chalice? On my employee evaluation I got straight 3s, call me Steph Curry. I only spent 4 racks on the custom suit, I assure you that I'm not a furry. At Five Guys, 1 cheeseburger costs 4 significant figures. They asked for a guardian's permission for the field trip, so I forged the signature. You're the type to set off fireworks on the 5th of July. If you sip my Diet Dr. Pepper, then it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Rapping is your pipe dream, but now they call me the White Nightmare. Smoking crack out the pipe is your dream, but don't worry, I always share. I only eat at Olive Garden for the unlimited breadsticks. You're smoking a flash drive while I'm smoking on cat piss. I ask about hot button political issues on the first date. Like with Dwayne Johnson, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Are you telling me that Mac and Damien nut in this muffin? You're like a 2009 SNL Justin Timberlake with your mother lovin'. Hug on the diaper and I'll soil myself pronto. Call that a ripcord. My nicknames back in middle school were Poindexter and Cocklord. You might know Victoria's Secret, but I know Miranda's right. You don't have to be scared of my tipple. If you're not a baby, he won't bite.
God save the Queen, man.
We're making it out west to show with this one. I checked off a dodgy bomb in the loo, call me Killian Murphy. He said he lost the plot for Pete's sake, but he was telling a porky.
Call me an idiot sandwich. That would be inbred. I don't know how to read a xenophobe, but get out if you don't speak American.
I knobbed the bidet to power wash him over 30 counts after I was clean.
I was so chuffed for blood sausage as a chippy that I overworked my spleen.
You have swamp ass, but I'm drier than a Bojangles biscuit. The can can't move north of Bama because it feels colder than a witch's tit.
I drank till my liver was a pool, called me a scouser. I gaffed along and then got biffed out the Nando's by a bouncer.
It's all over. I got evicted from the farm with a 3 days grace period. My niece likes to sing Rascal Flatts, but she can't carry a tune in a bucket.
My favourite American rappers are Jay-Z and 50 quid. Luke had a laugh about my drippy spaff, but I still had to do him in. Luke wanted more of my drippy spaff, so we tried taking the piss.
This spittoon is useless as tits on a bowl if I can't use it to take a piss.
I socked him in the high church, he was bastardizing the fatherless.
I thought about sweet-talking my cousin at church, but she was hit with the ugly stick.
I tried to mind some minge, but he really munched it down it.
Went back to my roots and down 13 beers. Call that a mug moment.
Got a laugh over Crystal Palace at the pub, so I had to make my Brexit.
I reckon my wife should gussy up her hair because it looks like a varmint.
A wench got whacked in Mario Kart, now it's a toad in the hole. You tried to look tough, but had your sack of spud stolen by a seagull.
Your man looks like Captain America before the super soldier serum. After a man marries into the family, I'm obligated to try to sleep with him.
I needed some hot steaks for brekkie, but the wife was waffling. I tried to meet the queen on September 9th, but she had already been done in.
It's an emergency. I just lost 10F on my board 8. I think that in Interstellar, they should have just ran away from the big wave. I just went nuclear in the outhouse, call me Killian Murphy. My sister left some taters in her yapper, so I had to lick it clean.
I don't believe it!
Kidding.
It's just as I expected.
After the second filling, they said to slow down, but you can't stop the A train. If you try to dig inside of my new diaper, you'll strike a varicose vein in vain. Self-conscious about chewing buckwheat with his buck teeth, call him a Meek Miller. Please don't call me a beta male, I'm just a natural-born follower. You're content with your porcelain throne while I'm taking golden showers. The poop thief tried to wipe and got their arm stuck, 127 hours.
You can call me Midas because all the gold I touch turns into shit. Stranger's diaper looked wrinkled, but I had a big iron on my hip. Old man pushes on my buttons and he better slide me a Benjamin. My diaper can withstand excrement with temperatures up to 400 Kelvin. I was a fat white boy in high school. They called me Arian Grande. I'm lured to online slots and wiki feet like a siren's cantabile. She yelled after I withheld her adult chalky milk, so I recoiled from taking back shots. They're burning at the Salem bitch trials while I'm unconscious in a crib at Big Lots. I tried to rob a bank and then I soiled myself. Call me Shy Ronnie. Overfilling is more infrequent than a crip applying Burt's Bees. I'm bipartisan, so I'm for women's suffering and women's suffrage. I went to Great Clips and I asked for a little off the top like at last year's circumcision. I will not plug my socials, but you can subscribe to my newsletter on LinkedIn. You're the kid who played with the triangular hole and tried to fit the rectangular prism in. You played with super soakers in middle school, but they called me the super sucker. I met a lady working for the Broadmoor Asylum and I rizzed her number. You call them middle class, but all that I see are walking wallets. Imagine dragging your girlfriend to see Oppenheimer, radioactive. I went from video games to the dollhouse, Pokemon Go to the polls. 5 years I'm gonna need a hair system like Dewey's Decimals. Dance Monkey by Tones and I is a great argument for bringing back firing squads. Dyslexic nonce wanted to get drunk, so he walked into some bras. You earn pennies on the dollar and you're none the wiser, looking like a clown. When Chuck Norris does a push-up, he actually pushes the earth down.
Riveting melody, isn't it?
Catchy as hell.
I know I said top 5, but I'm top 2 and I'm not 1. Got the biohazard level 3 in my neighborhood pool after getting hit with a spray gun. I didn't return the slab despite King Ramses' forewarning. The Pharaoh wouldn't let my people go to 5 Guys, so the locusts started swarming. Our universe had a heat death and then Grand Theft Auto 6 was released. I went 7K in debt for the DJ Khaled Gratefuls, but they still got creased. An 8-year-old tried to steal my opium. He was Robert De Nearsighted. I brought 9-inch nails to my manicure appointment, so I was uninvited. Despite the gender binary, I dropped the number 10 in front of the toilet. I used all my fingers to count how many times I've been to Chernobyl. 11. I grew 12 boobs after visiting Chernobyl. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Every 13-year-old white girl drinks PSLs with a pH strip called them 14. My ex-wife left me for a tennis pro because the only love I could show her was 15. My ex-wife left me after Beyonce released Lemonade in 2016. Samantha, please come back with the kids. I'll do anything. I could flip a coin 17 times in a row and still never get ahead. When we were 18, my hands were pressed to my cheeks, One Direction. Even with COVID-19, I won't wash my hands after using the bathroom. When I turned 20, I was no longer allowed to be within 500 feet of a classroom. After the incident, I can no longer be within 300 feet of a Forever 21. I thought that an Arabic girl might have liked me until she said that she was Lebanese. Because of frosted Pop-Tarts, I struggled with childhood obesity. He's not even her man, so why is she on his pee-wee? The local lot lizard said she was DTF or down to freestyle with me. The G on my belt doesn't stand for Gucci, it stands for Great Clips. I asked the barber to make my hairline look like an H times L times width.
Joe Biden, wake up.
I'm fighting the war on drugs and I'm on the side of the drugs. How am I supposed to play with metal utensils when there aren't any open plugs? You have a loaf in your wallet while I get by with breadcrumbs. I went from destitution to absolution to prostitution. I woke up my dog at 3 a.m. because of a nocturnal emission. She wanted chicken parmesan, so I asked for the chicken's permission. I downed a bottle of whiteout and then I blacked out. I looked like an Afghan hound after getting brown on my snout. I'm not looking for hot single moms in my area, I'm looking for a DILF pickle. I tried to buy from an anemic farmer and got no hose, only sickle. An anemic tried to run up on me, so he paid the iron price. I make it bounce like a rolled up middle school cafeteria pizza slice. Back in middle school, they called me a bird girl and a hot dog freak. Back in middle school, my nicknames were R Belly and White Mystery. Back in high school, my nicknames were Whale Tail and Buzz Lightyear. I breed in the backyard while your man's just a backyard breeder. I stopped wiping halfway and now the ass is greener on the other side. I go to great clips while you look like Coconut Head from Ned's Declassified. Whatever happened to Susan Boyle? Imagine growing a baby for 9 months and naming it Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle. Would you believe me if I said that I was a planned baby? I wake up in the morning looking like the opening the weekend at Bernie's 3. The goose at the local pond honked at me, now I know what's for dinner. I went to the DMV and they said to play Russian roulette with 6 bullets in the chamber. There's a green light at the red light district and I'm slamming on the brakes. I skipped the funeral to buy anti-dandruff shampoo. I had to flake. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Can you smell that the crack rock is cooking? Don't call me Obama because I'll leave every child behind. I just shit the bed, so I'm gonna need a floor wipe. I just released some heat in the bed. It was an exothermic reaction. Your man got bit by a Brazilian watering spider and had a 4-hour erection. You were the type of kid to press your lips to the water fountain. Last week, I swallowed my Happy Meal toy and required intubation. I gave a young buck a quick suck for a quick buck. She was unfaithful because of my dump truck. It was a quick cut. The doctor diagnosed me with dyslexia and sociopath. I bulked up my sternocleidomastoid because I can't stop masticating. I only think about pulling out after invading the Middle East. I make fertilizer in my diaper, but the doc is adamant that I have low fertility. My chicken fingers turn to trigger fingers, turn to Twitter fingers, turn to X fingers. You call it a tonic-clonic seizure, but I think I got the moves like Jagger. She said she was DTF, so I told her you have the wrong number. If you don't use your turn signals, then I'm going to turn you into a martyr.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? In the trash? More crimes are cool.
After the 3rd filling, I let out brown smoke, but I was hoping that I'd have a boy. I'll shoot the 4th filling into the diaper so quickly that I'll win a carnival toy. I got kicked in the cervix and then my voice rose. Call that a yeast inflection. I set off a dirty bomb in the embassy. Call that a DEFCON defecation defection. I'm on a seaweed diet. I see weed and then I eat it. Why did I just see a smart car doing some dumb shit? I helped a British woman lose weight. That's killing 2 stone with 1 bird. I'm robbing the sperm bank while your man's robbing the Federal Reserve. Last night was a movie, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I failed a pub quiz and a sketty scruffy weasley nitty tramp tried to knock me proper. Back in middle school, my nicknames were White Coffee and Instant Creamer. Why did I taste an apple after taking a bite into my razor?
I don't believe in human rights.
Back in high school, they called me DILF Deflator and Semen Demon. I talked back to my psych nurse and she sentenced me to 2 years in the dungeon. Your man just put 14 pillows on a double bed and called it feng shui. When it's just the 2 of us, I'll never foot the bill because my pride is already withered away. She didn't follow the delivery instructions, so I gave her a negative tip. She saw lights after a jab from Mike Tyson. It was a will-o'-the-wisp. He didn't complete the DoorDash delivery, but I still gave him my tip. I gave Bay a blade to help get the diaper off. Let it rip. I'm forever Forbes 30 under 30 because I'm not making it to 30. When I hit 20, my bones started creaking because of my low teeth. When I was 10, I smoked some Rosa Parks packs and couldn't get out of my seat. When I was 15, they called me a pencil shaving, so I said, "You are what you eat." After I was born, the obstetrician took me to a mole rat den and swapped the babies.
Vomit.
Your man studied the Trojan horse while I use Trojans with a horse. Your man is content with pasteurized milk while I drink it from the source. Please don't call it child labor, call it child indentured servitude. How am I not supposed to take 5 grams at once when it has a cool name like Quaalude? I have erectile dysfunction, so I'm hoping that the South will rise again. When I spin around the pole, I look like a rotisserie chicken. I had a Gatorade relapse and then I prolapsed. It was a medical mystery. You spent $1 million to film at the zoo. Call him Mr. Bestiality. You were the type of kid to eat your twin in the womb. I went to the DMV in Japan and they told me to commit Sudoku. I must profess that an adjunct tried to show me his junk. He was uncircumcised, so the lot lizards called him Push Pop. If you're a certified boy lover, then don't drake and drive. Your man's more likely to switch up than the largest companies on the 1st of July. My diaper is lined with linen, so it'll get your girl screaming like Yoko Ono. I could stand on my money and be at eye level with Danny DeVito. Your man got physical therapy while I had to go to therapy after getting my physical. The waters flooded my toilet for 150 days because I left it biblical. I don't care if you're missing a leg, I will not be subscribing to your OnlyFans. I went to Great Clips for a cheap cut, but they took too much off of the glands. I soiled myself at my high school book fair, called it Diarrhea of a Wimpy Kid. European men separate decimals with commas because I've never had a period. In algebra class, I got cataracts because I wasn't messing with the vision. I left it smelling like a pharaoh's burial site, so I guess that we had a toot in common. I'm in trouble with the IRS, so I went underground to live with my mole rat brethren. Officer, I promised that she told me that she was 47. She only said that my forehead looked like a landing strip, so why am I sobbing in the bathtub? You could slide me a Red Bull, and I wouldn't need any wings to give a dry rub. The L'Oreal bottle says no tears, so why am I sobbing in the shower? You're in your first semester at clown college while I'm in my second trimester. I'm not pregnant at the moment, but I always make sure to deliver. I learned to never drink and drive, but I always make sure to sip and steer. I did a wheelie while going 90 on a 25 and lost my left ass cheek. I'm 25, but feel like I'm pushing 90, the future's looking bleak. If Jesse McCartney had a foot fetish, then he would be into your beautiful soul. If this is a free country, then why couldn't I bring my knife and spoon to the Super Bowl? I ghosted a blonde and then got into deep water. Call me Ana de Armas. I only committed battery, but my psych nurse still tried to press charges. My psych nurse entered the room and then I heard boss music playing in the distance. I Google image searched for a hairless bear and then regretted my existence. Sending her 12 texts in a row isn't creepy, it's called persistence. Why is it called jump rope when I jump and my nose makes contact with the pavement? I announced that I'm pro-fracking and they took action. Call them Mad Libs. I don't need MTV to be telling me that I should sleep in cribs. Don't call me a furry just because I listen to the Beastie Boys. Don't call me a furry just because I happen to be into Beastly Boys. My body is a machine, so I'll need 10 more gallons of lubricant. I'm a failed star and made out of basic elements. Call me a gas giant. Why is it called Fat Tuesday when I also feel fat on the other weekdays? My ancestors saw me doom scrolling through Twitter at 3 a.m. and rolled in their graves. I didn't try to punch your baby, I just have restless legs syndrome. I typed 80,085 into my calculator and then got sent home. I engaged in gladiatorial combat for the last Funko Pop. Are you not entertained? I tried to play Uno after drinking a Dos Equis, but not a trace of my consciousness remained. If you have to ask how much my khakis cost, then you cannot afford them. They said she was a cougar, so I asked her to be my Discord kitten. They said she was pro-life, so I curled up into the fetal position. I had to stop chasing after muscle moms ever since the last one blew my back in. Smoking backwoods while getting back shots from my backwoods brother-in-law. I put up a front after being barred from Frontier in front of my sister-in-law. Back in middle school, they called me Thick Fillet and the Grip Reaper. Kim Yo-jong may have committed war crimes, but I could fix her. I'm sipping on red at a red light, sipping on piss at a yellow light. She has disgusting Disney feet, but she doesn't know how to act right. The piss was easy on the eyes, so I told the lot lizard to go easy on the ice. I almost died after running the red light, and the doctors refused to bring me back to life. She wanted to take my new jeans off, but I was feeling super shy. She thought about taking my new diaper off until she saw that I was built like a fall guy. I'm wearing apple-bottom jeans while your man's into booties with fur. I left my room looking like a Petri dish after my ex-wife said I was uncultured. As soon as I find out where Stuart Little lives, his days will be numbered. Don't bring an arsonist to a hoedown throwdown unless you want it to be a barn burner. I inherited mitochondrial DNA from my mom, so I've always been bitch-made. The child slammed into my ankle with his razor, so I unsheathed my blade. She's ill and annoys, so I had to chill in the car and then go. I'm a mofo with FOMO, so I had to help storm the Capitol. The Nature Valley bar was so good that it nearly made me crumb. I didn't enjoy when we linked in the park because my olanzapine left me numb. I developed schizophrenia after high school when I earned my disassociate's degree. What do you mean, where was Amelia Earhart? She's right next to me. She wanted to marry into royalty, so I admitted that I'm a passenger princess. The Deep South Horsemen brought me gold, myrrh, and frank incest. I bought a charter from the local Walmart and it changed my phone number. I'm not going to make you an orphan, I'm going to become your brother. They asked me to turn down that racket after I moaned too loudly while playing college tennis. My spirit animal is the human centipede, but she called me a hippo when I wasn't even on campus. Your kid's niece scoops creatine while I have high creatinine. Wait outside for just a minute while I clear my browser history. Your man went to Epstein Island while I stayed overnight at Penn Island. I took one suppository and started vibrating. Call me Hans Niemann. You can't call me homeless if I live at a Home Depot. The piss burned my face, so I had to restore my honor. Call me Prince Zuko. If my superpower was to grow huge naturals, then I'd be supernatural. When I ask for gin and juice, I'm like a California girl, I'm undeniable. I make no bread, but the lunch ladies still try to butter me up. I watched a 2008 Smosh video and laughed so hard that I spit out my nut. I get the geriatrics coming back for more. Call that a boomerang. I tried to pick her up same day because her eyes were Amazon Prime meringue. I couldn't keep things professional even though her eyes were Microsoft Teams blue. Your man's into pornography while us country girls know how to make do. She nibbled on my neck like it was a Scooby snack. Call it a doohickey. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, the way I date girls 20 years younger than me. When my parents got divorced, neither of them wanted to take custody. I found peace of mind after eating cat feces. Call it Toxoplasma gondii. I go on a number of odd tangents every time I get high on Potanus. I did one pump at the gym with a muscle mom and now I can no longer reproduce. The diapers were free $99, so I had to go for the 5-finger discount. If your dachshund tries to size me up, then I'm going to have to put it down. I roll my blunts with nuns' headpieces because it's a hard habit to break. I stole candy from a baby and then it snitched on me. Call it a rattlesnake. Bury me in purple drank so that I can be in good spirits. Rainbolt may be good at GeoGuessr, but he can't tell you who was in Paris. How are good girls found in every corner of the world when the earth is flat? I just accidentally sent a picture of my shit to the family group chat. I got sick after the one-chip challenge. Call that Scoville 19. I'm not ordering ratatouille, I'm going for the ratisserie. It's fall, so I'm going to need some PSLs for these DSLs. It's wishful thinking that Floyd Mayweather tastes as good as he spells. It's summer, so why is Christmas music playing in the CVS? I knew he was a snake after he swallowed like an Ouroboros. I think I got my micro from eating microchips and microplastics. She called me promiscuous, but I just think that I'm Fergalicious. It went espresso with a grande Starbucks girl. Call me one pump man. Back in middle school, they called me Granny Gumjob and Egg Sheeran. When your man hops in the whip, he's both a racer and a racist. Call me John Dillinger the way I don't finish my sentence. He tried stealing my bars, so I pulled out my Glock and heard his spiel. My mom is ethnically Jewish, so you know that our drip is real. I spent 2 minutes in a recording booth and they told me to give up on my dream. If she's not 2D, then I know she's not going to be into me. I graduated from clown college with a BS in BS. The police found my 50 terabytes, so I had a QuickTime event. I face revealed to my therapist and they told me to put the mask back on. In the cell, the convict said that I was smoother than endoplasmic reticulum. I had to silence the lamb because every Yido needs a villain. An anemic girl crushed me with heavy metal. Call that an Iron Maiden. I'm a pathological liar who spits super hot fire. Call that brazen bull. The anesthesiologist just called me a waste of an epidural. He wanted directions to the dollhouse online, so I gave erections. How could she call me toxic when I've never played League of Legends? I felt envious after watching Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp. Why did she turn me down when we could have had a toxic relationship?
I'm not into beauties, I'm into the beasts.
I'm not into children, but I'm into the priests. Do you remember where you were when Club Penguin was shut down? The Irishman took a laxative and then painted the house red and brown. For $5, Jared from Subway tried to take off Jimmy's Johns. I'm not a pescatarian, but I'm into little shrimps and prawns. I only eat caviar and fish roe. Call me a piscatarian. I choose to live in a man cave because I need an echo chamber to function. I thought it was an AA meeting, so why were they wearing black robes with hoods? Your man shopped for apparel at Dick's, but I went to the Dick's to sport my goods. If I ignore the problem, then it'll just go away. I forgot to turn up the heat for my dog in the car on a hot summer day. If I ignore the restraining order, then it'll just go away. I could have sex-linked color blindness and still not see 50 Shades of Grey. Why do my friends gift me deodorant and underwear for every birthday? I left a skid mark on Skid Row with no car, but it wasn't my only stain. I can prune a bush, but I can't melt a steel beam without jet fuel. In college, I studied molecules, but now I look for studs in polycules. I went to clown college to get my funny up, not my money up. Is it just a coincidence that Brexit happened right after 2 Earls, 1 cup? I'm not the stepfather, but I'm the father that stepped up. You can use me as a stepping stone because my body is ready to eat for everyone. I ate a Wendy's 4 for $4 and now my neck won't turn to either side. I'm looking left and right because I stared at the sun and went cross-eyed. Call me 50 Cent because I've been with many men many times. A bully pressured me to steam in an autoclave, but I was already sterilized. My biggest problem with Chet Hanks isn't his accent, it's that his name is Chet. I garden with a brown thumb, but the bubbles are green when I text. The emergency alert just activated my vaccine's 5G microchip. Your man is twisted and one-sided with no boundaries, call him a Mobius strip. They told me to touch grass, but I'm still working on touching ass. I have a spinning bottom with a muffin top and I don't need a boomerang to throw it back. On a Caesar salad while you're trying to ream out Romulus. Your man earns a living wage, but I saw my first 1,000 from a stimulus. April rains bring May flowers, so I went until July without a shower. I plugged the extension cord back into itself and harvested infinite power. I got caught watching Spider-Verse on the Pirate Bay. That's a canon event. I am not conspiring a detailed plot to assassinate the president. From Cinemax to Skinemax, so I went from horror movies to horror movies. I stopped eating Pop-Tarts after my dad left so that I could fight against the patriarchy. Your man's listening to Claire de Lune, while I'm in the petite suite looking for the bussy. That last line was so abominable that I'm thinking of logging off permanently. I can tell when a shark is a great white because it takes one to know one. I was voted leader of the lot lizards after rigging the erection. I was born with high cholesterol because of my butterface and saturated scats. If you put buds before suds, then you'll end up smelling like a frat. Drake is the type of guy to say we're pregnant. Drake is the type of guy to call a relationship an investment. Drake is the type of guy to ask a waiter how their day is going. I drank a Mountain Dew Code Red and my neck started glowing. The kids these days say that good things are busting. Your man explores the internet while I'm Microsoft edging. I only crashed because the curb got too close to me. I don't do racism, I only do misogyny. ISIS was a beautiful name before 2013. I flew to Japan to stop the birth rate decline when I was 13. My sister eating the last frosted Pop-Tart was my 13th reason why. After 13 texts, you'd think she sent me 1 reply. Why are police called 12 if 9 + 1 + 1 is 11? My favorite Stranger Things character has to be Robin Buckley. Double penetration on the beat. I computed how many sea turtles my straws have killed, call that an algorithm. I quantified how many sea turtles I excreted, I shit out a logarithm. When a vegan breaks their practice by eating chicken, it's called a clucking cucking. Every time I see a belt, my knees start buckling. Every time I'm in a belk, my hands get the shoplifting. They call me James because of my giant peach. Unlike a squirrel, I store nuts in all of my cheeks. I said double penetration on the beat. You have your mind on the mission while I have missionary on the mind. I could commit identity theft and still have my card be declined.
My package just came in the mail.
My package just came in the mail. I drink pumpkin spice poop smoothies because I'm a 7 on the pH scale. I'm allergic to my ex-wife's waffling. You can call that an old hive's tale. I learned to avoid the devil's lettuce, so now I puff on Cthulhu's cabbage. I just got stopped at the airport because of my bomb and heavy emotional baggage. I'm a furry and take supplements to get my PP up. Call me a Pokemon. I won my prison's hot dog eating contest because the pro outweighed the con. I wish someone would look at me the way Jada Smith looked at Tupac. I took one sip of a McDonald's Sprite and my body took a screenshot. Like a screw, if you twirl me too hard, then I can't keep from stripping. If I put a shock collar on my dog, then I'm going to leave it smoking. Why are they calling me a groomer when I don't even have a dog? You're wearing my house on your index finger, baby Bottle Bop. If your dog shin barks at me one more time, then I'll have to put it down. I don't back up to the cloud, but I back it up on the well-endowed. If your wiener dog barks at me one more time, then I'll have to eat it. I pulled back the foreskin like it was string cheese, call that a mozzarella dick. I don't call it a gallon of moonshine, I call it liquid courage. Fatherhood is the real hood, so I'm not saving myself for marriage. I learned to never piss in the sink, but to always sink in the piss. I love miso soup, so you can call me a misogynist. I red dot and then dash like I'm speaking Morse code. I'm not going to make love to it if it's not a pillow. I rely on my intuition because I couldn't pay my tuition. What do you mean my Arizona iced tea doesn't contain human urine? I'm only into fresh produce because I'm not able to reproduce. I don't need to be Chris Brown in 2011 to drop a big deuce. Call me a London gangster, how I sawed off with the sawed off. I tried flirting in the stalls but took a plunge, ground control to major thought. I don't have a micro, but I do have an extendo clit. Of course it's misinformation, why else would I post about it? She said I looked like a skink and a skank, so I had to process the thought. I just went bar for bar with a homeless man and I lost. You say that you're visiting Korea, which one? Samantha tried to take the kids from me and the bitch won. Back in middle school, my nicknames were Tarzan and Prostate Gripper. Can you help me take off my diaper? I'm a visual learner. It's like Game of Thrones when I scratch my head, winter is coming. They told me to eat shit because a chef has to taste their own cooking. I'm hard on myself when I can't get it up, I'm a premature emasculator. My psych nurse started talking about her day and it killed my boner. I loved her so much that I kissed her dad, that's sending my compliments to the chef. Mr. Diddler was my father's name. In the streets, my name is Jeff. You're just a snake and earn no silver, Legends of the Hidden Temple. As a kid, I tried quoting The Sopranos and then I got in trouble. Kim Yo-jong would be a 10 if she didn't commit crimes against humanity. If you take literature literally, then you should also take analyses anally. I've never blacked out at a frat party, but I've been blacked. When I win glizzy eating contests, I collect plaques and plaque.
Joe Biden said come.
Beyonce moves to the left, but I lean toward the far right.
Responsibility is my kryptonite, so I'll be sleeping in my crib tonight.
That's not me talking, it's the crack.
Mozart, I only listen to Keith Coatsart from Chirac. Slide me a Benjamin and I'll unbutton you. I gave a bro job for a clean mouth swab because junkie see, junkie do.
I don't play ice hockey, so why are they calling me a Nashville Predator?
If I make it to 80 years old, then I'll be elected as a U.S. Senator.
I don't play Apex Legends, so why are they calling me a predator?
I exhibit fatherless behavior because I'm mother. My phone doesn't need a pedometer, I'm right here. I wear my lingerie and do my laundry once per year.
Just because I cheated doesn't mean I don't love her.
I'm flat and I make no bread, now that's a kitchen nightmare.
My pockets are more shallow than a TwitchCon foam pit.
I went from 12 ounces of chocolate chips to chipping away at my chocolatey shit. I was 12 years old when I drank my first adult chocolate milk. I never miss when I record in the booth, call me John Wilkes. I'd never Jack Frosted tips, but I want Jack Frost on my tip. I only love me if I were a worm? Would she still love me if I did the worm? I'm primitive and live in a layer of germs. Call me an endoderm. I'm not pompous, so I'm going to pop this. I switched on my bathroom lights and stared into the abyss. I'm whiter than Uncle Ruckus. I don't live in Austin, Texas, but I'm ostentatious. That's not sweat running down my leg, it's piss. I set off the lunk alarm at planet thickness. I put vampire squid on my pizza. I'm eating deep dish. What freak goes to McDonald's and orders a filet of fish?
We must come together.
Ghost Rider because my head is fire and is on fire. I wanted my Michelin 3-star meal, so I ate a tire. I ate him out while wearing petroleum and a rubber. Call that eating a tire. I'll never make it on a plane now? You must have heard that through the wire. I didn't make it to my airport terminal because I'm terminally online. I just fell asleep at the wheel and had a nice dream that my card wasn't declined. I can't look for love on Only Farmers because I scare away the hoes. You can't pick your friends, but you can pick your friend's nose. Don't call me a crab just because I ran with the goons. I ride my tractor in reverse cowgirl because country boys know how to make do.
I've never played Bloodborne, but I have a lot of Bloodborne illnesses.
I watch far-right news networks while your man takes British broadcasting corporations.
My biology teacher taught me how to reproduce.
They delayed Grand Theft Auto 6 for another year. Call it elder abuse. I don't need to take out my bomb to blow up the airport bathroom. Why would I pay for first-class seating when I'm going to make the Boeing my tomb? I just looked out the airplane window and waved hello to Omni-Man. She just bagged me and fed me her waste because I asked to be her garbage can. My jokes are like the Apollo 13, they don't always land. I tried watching a YouTube breastfeeding tutorial and got hit with 13 ads. When I was little, I didn't play with Polly Pocket, I played with Prison Pockets. Why are you donating to the sperm bank when I'm letting you make direct deposits? You know I'm from the Dahmer family the way that I'm having girl dinner. You know she's a white woman because she has that dog within her. I'm not actually a child predator, that's just my facade. That's not my stutter, I'm just a rap god. That's not my stutter, I'm just doing a remix. Did I stutter? I'm telling you that I need my fix. I'm not homeless yet, so please put away your bricks. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, so why did he ask me for deck picks?
Being this is a 44 bagger, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off. You could ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
I just used an EpiPen on my epididymis. I just got nailed on a board, but I'm not Jesus. He filled me up faster than a gas tank in a Prius. I just lifted too much and blew out my cervix. He gave me his cell, so I had to give him service. I'm not wearing a shirt or shoes, but he's still giving me service. My preferred body type is amorphous. I'm just built differently, I'm isomorphous. I'm in the trenches releasing ass gas, it's making them nervous. I just interacted with a woman for the first time, it made me nervous. You go for the thighs while I go for the torso metatarsus. My name isn't Catherine, but I'm putting a catheter in. When I get x-rayed, they view me with the fucks projection. You call it 10K, I call it 100 spins. I never shower because I know that I can't wash away my sins. My broker said that I can't get broker. I'm not in the FBI, but I'm a federal boner inspector. Someone just knocked on my door. Is it the FBI or the debt collector? My stepsister got stuck in the washing machine. I'll help her.
I
had to drive back because I had a high back.
My shirts might be wrinkled, but they still lay on top of a nice rack.
I don't call that a single mother. I call that an opportunity.
You sprinkle basil on your chicken while I cumin the Thanksgiving turkey.
I'm not athletic, but I'm good at jumping to conclusions.
I'm not happy to see you. Those are just my lower abdominal protrusions. The lot lizard was from How to Train Your Dragon, the way that she was toothless. I don't care where Amelia Earhart crashed. I want to know who was in Paris. You get to conquering and pillaging, while I get to concussing and pill pushing. The dealer told me that I busted, so I had to keep sucking. I was destined to belong to the streets. Call that a horoscope. Child marriage is still legal in 40 US states, and I'm trying to elope. I ignored the box's warnings and just ate cat shit. Call me illiterate. I just got naked in the borough. You can call me a mole rat. I'll pay to bite your ass with shiny metals. Call me Bender. Your man is into freaky vampire porn. Call him Bram Stoker. Please don't call me a mumble rapper. I'm the most humble rapper. I wasn't man-made nor a planned baby. I'm a natural disaster. I can't make any withdrawals, but I'm going through withdrawal. Flushing the toilet wastes clean water, so I asked him if we could use the same stall. Call it Fortnite the way that his spray is being down my walls. Call it Fortnite the way that I'm getting double pumped from behind. My cannon just went off, but it was the kid's choice to get slimed. I had to cut back on Christian Mingle after my debit card was declined. Call me a furry the way that I'm 4 paws down in the trenches. I need to get a Dommy Mommy to make me some sub sandwiches.
You drink from teacups while I drink from B cups.
I got drilled by my instructor as a reward for all of my screw-ups.
I'm not foreign, but I have a visa, and it's maxed out.
My shaped eyes could get Rosetta stoned, and I'm not messing around.
Is your man a reconstructive surgeon? Because he just gave me a third leg.
Which came first, me or the egg?
I had sex with a pregnant woman and got the baby pregnant.
I watched The Human Centipede, and then a church live stream appeared on my YouTube recommended. The Sprite had me pissing out my soul. Call me Urethra Franklin. Did you call me artistic, or did I just mishear you again? I just raided the orphanage and got crossfaded on allergy meds. I gave him a German suplex in my duplex and ended up with a herpes simplex. He taught me how to eat him out silently. Call that a Hannibal lecture. I'm both an animal lover and an animal's lover.
一つの過去改変は別の何かに必ず影響を及ぼす。自分の都合のいいように改変されることなど決してない。私は封印強魔だ。
Give me double quarters and I'll pound her with ease. He offered to show me his meat receipt, so I said, papers, please. He said I had a hairy ass, so I said, true man. I just gambled away her alimony and hit a max win. It was God's plan. I never caught her eyes, but I need to cauterize. Brown underwear changed my life. Call me Wikipedia the way I'm begging for your donation. What do you mean Viagra doesn't have a 1-minute duration? I don't do downward dogs, but I go down on my dogs. I'm not cockeyed, but I have an eye for cocks. I don't do sliding on the block, I do sliding on the cock. Don't call me Medusa, because one look at me will make you soft. A broken cock leans right twice a day. Don't give it to me straight, give it to me gay.
あんたは一人じゃない。どこにいようと私が見つける。あんたを観測し続ける。あんたが私を観測し続けてくれたように。赤道を抜け、嵐を抜け、氷を割り、日本から14000キロ、宇宙よりもはるかに遠い、誰も寄せつけないその場所へ。
どうやって行くつもり？
知りたい？
I need a strong cocktail and hold the tail. Life is a highway and I wanna drive through the guardrail. A bot just posted my tits in bio on my LinkedIn. Life imitates art, I'm almost a 40-year-old virgin. We just had e-sex over Discord, he gave me desktop. My college bully gave me a swirly when I refused to spell iCup. I just got dominated by an e-girl, call that JPEGing. When I walk into a Walmart, the employees get to monitoring. The man outside of Walmart just said that I have childbearing hips. At a urologist's wedding, speak now or forever hold your piss. I don't know how to milk a cow, but I do know how to milk a snake. Call me Tyler the Creator, the way that I made his girth quake. I'm not an XXL freshman, but I need a fresh XXL sized diaper. I just drilled my mechanic and then dried him down like a windshield wiper. He ate me out like Drake. I can't believe it's not truffle butter. Please replace the batteries in your carbon monoxide detector. I'm into scat, man. Did I stutter? I started from the bottom. I went from the sewer to the gutter. You call it a beheading, I just call it extreme weight loss. You can call me pasta the way I'm infused with vodka and have the sauce. I tried watching Peaky Blinders, but I couldn't get past the language barrier. If you try to get spicy, then you'll curry my favor. I'm not in the judge's favor, but I know the judge's flavor. How come I call him daddy when I show fatherless behavior? Why does she need to cook when her boyfriend is already a snack? Forget about the ribs, the baby's the one who's got back. My couples therapy session felt like turn-based combat. I'm not Krampus, but I have a cramp in my ass. Who just shit my pants? I worked the pole at Silicon Valley and they thought I had implants. I paid for the whole magazine, so I'm going to spray the whole magazine. Can you please call for my stepbrother? I got stuck in the washing machine. The lot lizards treat me worse than my sleep schedule. I can't get a wink. My pitbull? He's nice. Just don't blink. Divorced me over Twitter DMs, call that an ex-wife. I boarded the flight and then sent everyone into fight or flight. Call me Kanye the way I need a father to stretch my hands. Call me an endocrinologist the way I'm inspecting his glands. I want a scrub daddy with a scrub daddy. I said I liked his paintings, so he gave me his Leonardo 10-inchy. His cooking looked like he got it from Planned Parenthood. He gave me his late night lumber, so I harvested his morning wood. The earth isn't 4,000 years old, it's only 2024. My IQ is higher than my credit score. If you like baking, then what's your favorite flavor of urinal cake? Don't say that I was born in a test tube, I'm just custom made. I told him to stick it to the man, not to stick it in the man. I flew to Dubai to visit the Mia Khalifa. I'm a big fan. I don't believe in the occult, I'm just in a cult. Inside me there are two wolves. There are two wolves inside of me. Call me a landscaper the way I'm planting my seed. Call me a manscaper the way my frenulum is freed. It took 20 actions to get his shorts off like a Lube Goldberg machine. I can't help it, I inherited the racist gene. I thought I found my work wife, but then she turned 16.
Officer, I promised that you said she was 15. We smoking on the boners, Lil Peep.
Your man said fuck 12 and I took it literally.
I just visited Epstein Island in Animal Crossing. I survived South Carolina public schooling. I'm not trying to cope with my feelings, I'm trying to cop a feeling.
The national anthem doesn't need to play for me to get kneeling. I just saw a beheading on my Instagram Explore tab, it got me reeling. When I'm wearing grippy socks, my hands get to gripping. When I'm alone in a nursing home, my hands get to stealing. When he pulls his piggies out, my mouth gets to squealing. Being a liberal is my one character flaw. After losing today's Wordle, I had to call the number in that one Logic song. white girl when they ask me to pay my rent. Like I literally can't. My dungeon master helped me loot a necklace with a pearl enchant. He got to the center of my Tootsie Pop with one lick. How hot do I like my baths? Hydrofluoric. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% a bitch. A furry's favorite Disney movie is Libido and Stitch. I took him to my North Pole to see my Areola Borealis. I get no brain, so I'm thoughtless and I'm thoughtless. I'm not auspicious, but I'm suspicious. The sextant wasn't helpful, so I navigated with cum and piss. Call me Garnier the way he wants to fructus. I bet John Hancock also had a large foot penis. It only hurt the first time I took anal G6. I don't play pickup sticks at the playground, but I pick up chicks. Why are so many teens giving me honey buns and bricks? Next year, I'm going rafting in the river Styx.
A muscle mom just blew out my cervix.
Once I pop, I can't stop like a Pringle.
I got banned for hateful conduct on Christian Mingle.
She asked me, what type of guy do you go for? Tingle.
If she's in the single digits, then I hope she's single.
If she's in the single digits, then I'll try to get her digits.
I cleared out the AMC's Dune 2 popcorn buckets.
I told my basement wife about my day and heard crickets. My lower half is small, but my upper third is a bigot. Communion, I'm that cracker with the juice. They call me Jeffrey Epstein, I'm that cracker on the loose. My ex-wife tied the knot, so I got to tying the noose. GTA 6 is getting delayed for another year, call it elder abuse. I like my women how I like my ideas, never reaching past conception. Hans Niemann plays chess like the Beach Boys, the way he picks up good vibrations. This beat is running away from me like every woman who enters my life. I have Mamba mentality, I have a black snake on my mind. My glow up took me from looking like a monster to being Frankenfine. I chain smoke with the middle schoolers after dismissal, call that Nick at night. Call me a middle school the way I handle the student body. Call me a high school the way only students' bodies and staffs can enter me. In high school, I was voted most likely to succeed. I was too poor to attend private school, so I had to show my privates at school. The student was a lone wanderer, so I chased after him like a feral ghoul. I just banged my high school principal out of principal in one shaft of the year. How come I raised her defense and lost my PP after I gave her a leer? I work as temporary staff because I'm losing my mental faculties. I just deposited all of my stones in the urinal, call me Bruno Bucciarati. I belong to your nightmare blunt rotation. I think I'm pregnant, I've gone for a decade without menstruation. I bought my mail order bride on clearance. I think my magnetic 5G microchip has been picking up interference. I'm smoking on that quiet. I don't say it, but I spray it. I have an itch in the back of my throat, can you reach it? I don't do Pilates, but I do Pontius Pilate. My ass is denser than a baobab tree, call it a thicket. TMZ saw my forehead and mistook me for Jada Pinkett. Post-nut clarity is just coming to your senses. I went down on a man with a speech impediment, call that a slip of the tongue. He made my Deku nuts tingle, I'm only trying to link if he's hung. Call me Skull Kid, the way I've been cursed by the labia majora's mask. Call me your spinal cord, the way I'll connect from your head to your ass. Call me the killing joke, because I threatened to kill myself and then everyone laughed. My life is like a Jewish Shabbat, the way that the bread comes last. I like my trains how I like my tree houses, no girls allowed. I wanted to share my Build-A-Bomb creation, but I couldn't find a large crowd. Your man was born lucky, but I was lucky to be born. Country girls make do, so I swapped the strap-on for some corn. I'm a fan of cock and ball torture and hold the torture. I upped my exposure and then flashed to make the photographer shudder. I just pulled up to the cockfight without a rooster. I just ripped the hard R like a pirate, yar! If Brazilian funk doesn't play during my funeral,
then I'm not dying.
During the wintertime, I fill my stockings and get to stalking.
She showed me her favorite comic, so I got to stripping.
If you buy me chicken strips, then I'll get to stripping.
I do strip mining while Minecraft YouTubers strip miners.
I cooked him a Thanksgiving dinner, so he stuffed me like a stouffer.
I don't have Adobe Acrobat, so why are they calling me a PDF file?
I don't need to take a spa day with the girls to get a facial. I'm like the top line on a laundry detergent bottle.
I'm good for big loads.
Why are both of my hands on your shoulders? I'm checking your gluteal lymph nodes. Call me Mr. Monopoly the way my chest is for the community. Siblings are dating, I'm all for equal opportunity. My forehead is so big that I'm a sniper's wet dream. My meat-seeking missile targets men with low self-esteem. If he's wearing red socks, then I'll fill him with my Boston cream. I sat down to take my history test and I heard the Ornstein and Smoke theme. I sat down to take my test because I was diagnosed with low T. I try to get as close as I can to white balls, call me bocce. I have fewer clothes in my wardrobe than Bianca Sensori. I don't wanna fuck the baby.
I wanna fuck the baby.
If she's 2D, then she's for me. What do you mean the Flintstones vitamin wasn't a suppository? I'm not Buddhist, but I just inserted 108 prayer beads. How come I heard crickets after I finished rapping over my hardest beat? How come I couldn't finish to these pictures of anthropomorphic crickets? It was my hardest beat. During COVID, I tripled my weight and broke the triple beam. During COVID, I tripled my chromosomes after taking the vaccine. I grind in my sleep and I grind in my sleep. I tallied my friends who took the vaccine, call that counting sheep. I'm beginning to feel deathly ill, but I'm sure that it's just the flu. It isn't Cheetos dust on my controller, it's my gamer goo. My sodium-potassium pumps help fire my calcium cannons. I'm more harmful to the Jewish community than Nick Cannon. My girlie commented, "You ate." Yeah, enough to start a famine. My true form is a giant furry, you can call me Ganon. FlamesMignon's new playlist has all skips. I've been in the game so long that I was on Noah's ship. I just won most flexible body by split decision.
Call me Great Clips, how I'll knock your top off with circumprecision. The priest said that I had nice pipes, so I showed him my organ. I just gave your dad a ticket because he had fine written all over him.